guys. I'm back with more Divinity. Harpoon. Let's see. Staff of Magus. Huh. Well, it's two-handed. But I am a battle mage. Magical big warhammer. I have created nothing. Let's see. Um, I think I'm gonna stick with the sword.
That was even easier than I thought.
Poor little puppet slave.
Well, it takes one to know one, mate. But it's a riddle, isn't it? A conundrum. What's it you'll have to solve? I thought you looked clueless, all right? Yeah, sure. Hope you don't die. Well, nice to meet you too.
You come to find. You come to search. But you won't find the way. A pity. I cannot help you. I only give the questions. I do not answer them. Brachus has willed it. Trompe-l'oeil must abide. You have met the unfortunate guardian of this vault. Judge him with a forgiving heart. Fate has been unkind to him. Do you wish to move forward? Listen closely and make your attempt. Brachus is a bloody, rotten, thieving, very, very awful fellow. Some even call him a cur. A cur is... You know nothing. Guess again. Listen closely and make... Brachus is a bloody, rotten, thieving, very, very awful fellow. Either you're very good at guessing or the slightest bit clever. Let's find out for certain. Listen closely and make your attempt. Source is a scourge, a devil, a misery, a blight, a hex, a curse. And yet, the cure is... Fool. You are unequal to the task at hand. You will not...
Well, that was unpleasant. Oh, an illusory door. Okay. I get it.
Slowly, gravely, he shakes his head.
Oh no. I don't get another chance.
Open your eyes. Time to die.
Ow. Jeez.
Reveal yourself.
Owie. Oh. Sorry, I had to sneeze.
Are you confused? Or do you always look dumb?
Wow.
As you pick up the ring, you feel a cold, dark pain shoot up your arm. Your mind itches. You don't hear, but feel a whisper in your ear. It tells you to slip the ring onto your finger.
I'm gonna put the ring on. I want to see what happens.
The ring just got tighter. A lot tighter.
Okay.
Something isn't right. The ring's gone, but not its curse.
Oh. Well, I may as well keep it on.
A moment's pause. I had thought us too wicked for rest.
Whoa. No, that's fine.
That's plenty.
Wowzers.
Look at that wand. It hums with inner source.
You made it all this way.
He trembles and seems to shudder with a quiet sob.
I'm cursed, you know. Bloody Brachus bound me here to protect his vault. He has my soul in that jar just there. As long as the jar stays unbroken, I can never truly die. I don't rightly know. This was the Source King's way. Befriend you, then destroy you. I was a fool to expect I'd be an exception. His favor was intoxicating. That's no excuse, but it is the reason. Really? You would?
He drops to his knees before you and grabs onto your feet with both hands, head hanging.
Thank you.
Good find.
This jar glitters and glows. From within, you think you can make a...
Lucky find. Good find. Nice.
I don't think I have a spell yet. But I'm not entirely sure if that's really what I need.
Up on the ledge before you, a lone lizard woman overlooks the marshes. Her stare is as sharp as the bolt eyeing you from atop her crossbow.
Stand back and keep your hands off your weapons. Convince me you're no magister, or draw one last deep breath. I will not. You do not wear the collar of oppression. Explain.
You look each other in the eyes like two predators crossing paths. Just when you worry she may actually fire, she lowers her weapon.
You do not disappoint. I can read the passion in your gaze, the fire that is source, and source alone. You are fierce. You are a terrible fury. You will be welcome here.
With one graceful motion, the lizard throws down a tangled mess of vines for you to climb.
Come,
wonderful.
ascend to the sanctuary of Amadia. You'll find you're not the only guest here, but the Great Mother provides for all.
Oh, groovy.
A young man in oversized armor paces around a table covered with a spread of maps, his face a tight scowl of frustration.
Every approach blocked. Oh, damn it! What good are battle tactics against those things, anyway?
He glances up. In quick succession, he becomes aware of both your presence and the fact that you're not a familiar face.
Who the blazes are you? Losa, eh? On the run from Fort Joy, are you? A seeker can always recognize a sorcerer when they see one. You met Verdus. Then he's as good as dead. We're the seekers he spoke of. We were supposed to free him. Instead, we failed him. You, a Godwoken? Surely not. Though if Verdus said so, you could be important. But there's no way to be certain until we've left this blasted island behind.
The young man anxiously fidgets with his curved bow. You've found a matter close to his heart, evidently.
That's easier said than done, I'm afraid. Much easier said. The Magisters have us cornered. They have these weapons called Shriekers. If we try to go against them unprepared, we're dead. We've lost many already. There's weapons, ancient devices that can counter those things. Our leader, Sir Gareth, set out to find them, so we could break the Magister blockade and escape this island. But he hasn't returned. If Sir Gareth doesn't come back with those weapons in tow, well, this island will be our grave. Sir Gareth? He's the finest seeker I know. I'm honoured to serve as his squire. He wouldn't let us down. Not unless something's gone horribly wrong.
The young man throws a furtive glance towards the shrine looming out of the water nearby, then leans in to whisper.
The masked priestess, Gratiana. She gave us shelter here and told Sir Gareth how to stop the Shriekers. But she unnerves me. Speak to her if you wish. She may know more. You'll help us?
His shoulders visibly relax, the weighty armor upon them settling with a clink.
Thank you. Allies are in short supply in this place. If you help us, I promise, we'll get you as far away from this place as possible. Please, ask. Whatever helps. We came to free an elf called Verdus from Fort Joy. He was a godwoken. He could have been the next divine, but we failed him. None. He set out to find those source weapons, and that's the last we saw of him.
Echoes of death.
The Magister's flagship, the Lady Vengeance, she's anchored at the old harbour. Once the way is clear, we're to take her and get the hell out of here. Well, before there's a divine, there must be a godwoken. Only a special few among sorcerers have this potential. Without them, a true successor to Lucian will never rise. And on top of everything, someone seems to be killing what few godwoken there are. It must be Alexander. A failed godwoken like him wouldn't want to see any other become the next divine.
Rest, Jules.
The lizard holds a crimson-soaked rag against his side. He looks up as you approach, his expression oddly serene.
Magisters, they found our camp near the old harbour and unleashed hell upon us. I'm lucky in a way. I was wounded by an arrow. It wasn't just sword and spear the Magisters used on us. No, they had these weapons. Living beings, depleted of source and crucified, pathetic to look at until... the power that they unleashed. There was nothing we could do. Only run. Shriekers they're called. I can still hear that sound they uttered. Makes my scales crawl.
Sir Gareth is looking for a way to defeat them now. Let us hope he finds it.
The young woman chews her lower lip as she observes the injured before her. She bends to grab a rag, wiping her blood-smeared hands. She looks up and sees you.
If you're looking for healing, sorcerer, well, there's not much I can do.
The woman wrings the blood-stained rag in her hands.
Magisters aren't known for their mercy. Many of us died. And the ones here will likely follow the same fate, by a slower road. I've done all I can. Their wounds are too great. All I can offer them now is prayer and a cup of water. If you know a way, I'd be beyond grateful. Magic? All I've got is my own two hands.
She trails off and limply gestures to her paltry makeshift infirmary.
I'm not even a healer. Ours was killed in the attack. Do what you will. Just... Matis, let me change your dressing.
I'm fine, swear. See to the others.
Focus on your breathing, Jules. Slow and deep.
Take the pain away.
The lizard's eyes are now closed, while his breathing is ragged and shallow. He doesn't react to you.
Claude, turn your head if you can hear me. I'm trying to keep these wounded.
So long as Gareth returns, we'll be here.
Matis, the wound is festering. It needs to be changed.
Hello, stranger.
The dishevelled pair eye you with hope, though their hope is tinged with mistrust. The lizard gasps as she notices the marks left on your neck by the source collar. She steps to...
You've come from Fort Joy. Can I ask if... Did you happen to meet a man named Gareth on your way here through the swamp?
He'll be back, Samadel.
He has to, indeed. Have you heard of shriekers?
Han looks down.
They're weapons that can kill with a screech. The Magisters patchwork them from living sorcerers. Don't misunderstand me. We're not afraid to fight, but we are powerless against shriekers. The priestess at the shrine told Gareth some ancient secrets.
Samadel nods at you wearily and turns to walk away with Han.
Now, Han, let's take a look at your nasty leg injury.
Catch you later, stranger. It...
Well, that's not good, is it?
Back so soon? Changed your mind about teaming up?
A grim-faced man sifts through a pile of badly damaged weapons, salvaging the repairable, ditching the broken. He picks up a rapier, the blade nicked and splintered, the hilt twisted. He holds the damaged blade up to the light.
This was Halorn's blade. It was his first, it was also his last. He didn't intend to die here, but die here he did. He was an ordinary soul with an extraordinary heart, Halorn, and he died for what he believed.
The point breaks away, leaving a jagged edge. The sword is shorter now, but it'll do more damage.
Who are you?
He realizes, to his surprise, that he holds the weapon in his hand, ready for battle. He smiles to himself, tucks the weapon away, and gets back to work.
So close your sweet eyes and rest.
Amidst the placid little pond, the face of a goddess lies half submerged in the water. Rivulets stream from her deep-set eyes like endless cascades of sunlit tears. You feel peaceful in her presence, soothed somehow by an intangible comfort. As you gaze upon her loving face, you find yourself drawn into a trance-like state. A voice seems to reach you from within your mind and from the furthest reaches of the stars. Its whispers caress you like a breeze. The voice grows stronger, like a breeze picking up. What were whispers become words.
My children, my children. Gone are my children. Dead are they in the cradle I have ruled.
A feeling of indescribable sadness assails you. It feels like your heart merges with the spirits, torn together by a coil of thorns.
My child, weep with me for the mother who has lost. Weep.
You feel the goddess's presence surround you, feel her nestle you tenderly like a mother. You can feel the thing stir deep within. Your plea has angered it, and you can feel it pounding against your ribs like a beast against the bars of its cage. You wince, but Amadia intervenes, and the pounding subsides. The intensity of her embrace deepens. Never since the unremembered days of childhood have you been so enveloped in maternal safety.
My child, I love you. My own. I will guard you. Wander where you will, and cherish the kiss of Amadia.
As suddenly as it came, the voice is gone, and you wake from its presence as if from dream-filled slumber. The pond now shines with an inner light, and standing in its waters, you feel rejuvenated, pure, as if born anew.
Amadia's grace, blessings upon this day.
What?
Wished bonny barn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed.
Echoes of death.
So close your sweet eyes, and rest your wee head.
Please come back.
Please, Amadia, bless and protect your humble servant.
The goddess's tears still stream freely, but an aura of loving calm now permeates the soft, moist air.
Please, Amadia, bless and protect your humble servant.
The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Before you stands a figure, her body wreathed in cloth. All you can see of her eyes are two dark holes in an ornate mask.
Amadia's blessings, child. I have not seen this face in our sanctuary before. Pray, who are you? Very well.
So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
By Amadia's grace, what did you do? This is a rare gift, one I've not seen before in all my years. Blessings be. I am humbled to be in your presence. Truly we are blessed to know you. If Amadia favors you, that is all I need to know. Go in peace, sister. And what might that be, O blessed child?
She stops dead as you pull the jar out of your backpack. Her voice trembles as she speaks.
You entered the vault. Please, give that to me. Give it to me now. It matters not. All that matters is that you give it to me. No. Stop! Wait!
She reaches up and tears off her mask, revealing a wet skull, stained by centuries. You stare into the empty eye sockets of the undead creature before you.
I have waited centuries, watching lives come and go, while my soul lies locked in a cage.
She reaches greedily for the jar, tearing the cap off. You see a green glowing light emerge from the jar, enveloping Gratiana.
By Armadia, I feel wet. Oh, goddess, I can feel your tears upon my face. I suppose you deserve to know. Before I knew Armadia's grace, I was a very different person. I was the concubine of Brachus Rex.
Oh boy.
But more than his lover, I was his partner. I discovered his power to feed on the source of others, and I allowed it to... No, I made it happen. You don't understand. No one understands. My heart held such fear, but with Brachus I was safe. He needed me, and I needed him. As his strength grew, so too did mine. There is nothing you cannot do when you sit on the lap of a powerful king. And I did it all. But power changes a man, as he changes his nation. Brachus grew paranoid, angry, murderous.
Smoke and screams.
I gave him more and more, trying to win him back to me. I offered him the source of whole villages. He devoured them and demanded more. The lands outside were once green and beautiful, until I came, until I turned them over to him. Now all's poison, and the dead are restless. Armadia is merciful in her love. I found this shrine while hunting a band of wizards. I found the goddess weeping for her children, and I wept too.
She pauses for a moment. If she had eyes, you're sure she'd be wiping them.
Through Armadia I saw my sins, and I could bear it no longer. I threw myself from the cliff at the entrance. I tried to rid the world of my evil, but Brachus would not allow it. He brought me back from the Hall of Echoes, locked my soul away, and demanded my obedience. Even in death he commanded me. Only when 2 source hunters ended his curse was I free. Since then, I have returned here and spent centuries trying to heal the pain I've caused. And now...
She drops the now empty soul jar to the ground, smashing it to pieces with her foot.
You have my thanks, sister.
She starts to speak, but chokes back a sob instead.
Thank you. I can't... I've never known such kindness. Thank you for everything. May you walk forever in Armadia's grace.
A dwarf stands by a young woman. He seems intensely focused on her, whispering and singing softly in her ear. She's staring blankly into space.
Blood and bone. Fire and smoke. Death and worse.
Hush now, Leia. They'll not hurt you again. You're safe now. Once Gareth gets back, we're going home. You'll see...
The woman rubs her neck, raking her nails across her skin as she whimpers. As you hum, her rocking slows. She starts to fall in with the rhythm of your voice. As your song unfolds, she moves less and less. A worried look appears in her eyes. She looks into your eyes.
You're a really special person. My face is warm. And my stomach, too. I'm glad you're here.
The dwarf stares at you, his mouth agape.
I've never seen her react like that to anyone but Gareth. You're a miracle worker, and no mistake.
Howling dogs and men. Friends silently screaming through stitched mouths.
He puts his arm around her as she starts to sob.
She's delicate at the best of times. I asked Simone for something to help her relax, but Gareth's the only one who truly keeps her calm. If we didn't need her to remove Urdus' collar, she'd be safe somewhere far from here. And now the rescue's scuppered. It were all for nothing. We were part of their caravan headed to Fort Joy. Shiny collars and all. Gareth and the Seekers ambushed the caravan and freed us. Saved every one of us from that hell. But now he's off searching for weapons to take down them Shriekers. And all we can do is sit here, thinking about the Godwoken we didn't save.
Please, Armada, bless and protect your humble servant.
From fragments to whole. From their past to our future. From their hope to ours.
She ain't detailed, but she ain't wrong. The Godwoken are our hope that a new divine can be born. Someone to replace Lucian and push back them Voidwoken. Someone to restore order and protect the source. I'd speak to Exeter if you want to know more. There's ways, but I ain't privy to them. One thing I do know, mind. The Voidwoken have their number. They react to Godwoken like no one else.
Barking dogs in wolves' clothing.
And protect your humble servant.
Teeth in the sea. Teeth in the swamp. Teeth in the air.
Aye, there's enough of them about. But don't you worry none. Gareth will be back soon. Then we'll be home in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. We were part of the caravan headed to Fort Joy. But now he's off searching for...
The dwarf starts to sing softly as the woman rocks slowly in her seat.
Smoke and screams. Echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
You still with us?
Why, Lucian's box. Stop fidgeting, lad.
Matis, the wound is festering. It needs to be changed.
Seems like nobody's home.
Matis, let me change your dress.
Swear. See to the others.
Maybe we should fortify this place. Make a stand.
Claude, can you hear me? Matis, the wound is festering. It needs to be changed.
You're safe from death.
He's
So
come
close
back.
your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
The Red Prince interrupts as you're about to speak.
This woman is a dreamer. I can see the answers spinning in her eyes. Do rest your legs for a bit while I question her. You're too kind.
Red Prince and the Dreamer exchange courteous pleasantries, as if they're finding themselves in a palace hall instead of a death-ridden swamp. She introduces herself as Bahara. To your surprise, they next lie down on the ground in a seemingly warm embrace and fall asleep. What follows, though, is far from peaceful. They claw and thrash as if struggling for dear life, caught in the hold of some hideous nightmare. Then they wake, haggard, exhausted. They speak of a vision, Brahmos, and another red lizard.
Praise the daylight. I am now. There was death in that dream, chasing me like 100 hungry lions. But at least I've new directions. When we escape and find ourselves on the mainland once more, I must search for Brahmos the Wanderer. Then I will finally know the truth, the very secret of my soul.
So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
The goddess's tears still stream through.
Worse than more rations, please.
Need something in the kitchen, do you?
Worse than more rations, please.
Everything there? Good.
Don't underestimate the burnished one.
She groans in pain.
Ain't fit for beasts.
Watch yourself.
So, heard any word about the stolen supplies? Come on, Freshie, out with it. Empty? Who gives a goblin's heart? Just like everyone else.
What if there are no sorcerers? And why hasn't Alexander risen yet? I fear it will be quite some time before we find any answers at all, my friend. Hmm? Goods? Ah, yes.
Thousand buttons of dust. It sure is good to see.
She looks at you with wet eyes and manages a wink before returning to her work.
Good to see you. You take care now. And don't you let me down.
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts, and scraps of metal, the woman is manipulating a glove-like contraption fitted with 5 long metal skewers. She doesn't look up as you approach.
And what you after? I ain't. Just seeing how it's made. She's clever, Dallas. Made these herself, for those bodyguards of hers. Boy, they're sharp.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something? Found it in the scrap heap not so long ago. Never knew her to be much of a wrench head back in the day, but once she joined the order...
She nods once.
You looking to buy something? Or do you just want to waste my time with a whole lot of questions? For you? Hell no. That's for me to know, and you to get out of my face. Buy, or all manner of things. Where's the...
The woman looks up as you approach.
What do you need? Huh, the hammer got you curious. Yeah, funny name for a gal like that. Oh, I don't know. She was a... People do change.
She nods once.
Clever lass, her. No wonder what Alexander sees in her. Question is, what she sees in him.
Amidst a crowd of screws...
And what you after? Get bent. I ain't.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something? Found it in the scrap heap. Never knew her to be much of a wrench head back in the day. Oh, I don't know. People do change.
She nods once.
You looking to buy something? Or do you just want to waste my time with a whole lot of questions? Magic and metal, like most of Dallas's designs. Metal keeps it locked. Magic makes it work. That's all I know. For you? Hell no. Worthy is exactly the right word. You know, someone who's proven himself might earn my time of day. Speaking of, you haven't. So buy or shove off. All manner of things. Have a look. Bless you, maniac.